Welcome back everyone to the complete Pineleaf, and we'll begin today by looking at what the hobbits have for me. We do have hobbit gifts on this server. No mithril coins because new server, haven't bought anything yet. Now I am going to have some minimum level 7. Yeah, enhanced XP supply. This isn't exactly the best server in which to get one of these. And the other item is a reputation acceleration tome. That could come in handy because if I'm going to be trying to be completionist, then getting some reputation a little bit more quickly probably wouldn't be a bad idea. So I'll go with that. I think I've got everything I need in order to get going, and I think Strider here.
I cannot decide which is more dangerous right now. Calder Cobb's treachery, or the ignorance of Captain Brackenbrook.
Well, I'm not too sure which one's worse either, but let's talk to this brigand here and see if he could tell us anything about the evils of Calder Cobb. Hey, you there! Let me go. Calder Cobb can vouch for me. Oh, apparently he's a friend.
You there! Let me go! Calder Cobb can vouch for me!
Right, that's going to be really bad.
What do you need?
I was going to make your acquaintance. I noticed you were questioning him. Oh, yeah, I do believe that you have come to Archet to tell. It is unprecedented, but all signs are showing the Black Wolves mean something nasty, of course. Yes, that's the quick read of it, since I'm trying to avoid reading the whole thing.
How can you say this? Calder Cobb has been loyal to me since he was a boy.
Yeah, apparently he's not any longer. Let's go. And I wonder, though, is his loyalty the same always?
I suppose it would be wise to investigate your claim.
Alright, I'll go to Cal Springley and see what he... Boy, there is quite a convention there. Whee! Let's see what do you have here. Oh, shoes. And do I have everything I need? Oh, right. Oh, no, I don't have everything I need. I have to pick up these two quests. The two Hobbit quests. Of course.
Hey, you there! I'm hungry!
You're hungry. Oh, good to meet you. I'm thirsty. Yeah, no, okay, maybe not.
Oh dear, looks so changed since last night.
Alright, we have one person who wants boar, and the other one who wants bilberries. Well, alright. At least one wants to help another person, while the other just wants to eat for himself. Now, let's find this Cal Springley. I've been trying to figure out what to do related to Lotro points on this server, because I obviously don't want to go and overbuy on this character or anything like this, because I think that'll defeat a little bit of the purpose of having a oh, piglets. Well, first of all, let's take care of the Black Wolf's buy, then we can take care of the piglet. But I certainly don't want this to be, alright, let's buy everything and make things too easy type of deal. So I'm trying to think, how much should I reserve for spending things? Because if I buy nothing, well, that'd be another thing. Now, I do have the account stuff on here, for example. On this server, or actually on all servers, not just this server, on this account I should say, I do have journeyman writing, which means as soon as I get out of the intro, I will be able to ride on horseback and all. So I won't have to worry about waiting till I'm level 20 to do the quest to learn how to ride. And since this is a VIP only server, of course, that quest then will be available to everyone who that's here, because the quest for horse riding is a VIP only thing also. Half the VIPs, I suspect, I mean, that don't have journeyman riding, probably pay for the riding skill anyway, so they don't have to wait till level 20. That would be an interesting statistic on how many on there, because I used to actually always do that quest until I got journeyman riding. But back to what I started out with, and that was, what am I going to do related to Lotro points? I have to decide how many points I'm going to allow myself and all of that. I'm trying to decide whether it's going to be based on time, because I have 500 points on this account per month, you know, VIP stuff.
A stranger, eh? You're the best thing that's happened to us all day.
Really, best things happen to you all. Boy, must have been a bad day.
Our best hope is to get help from Combe, our neighbours. They will not let our Chet fall to brigands.
Alright, so go to Combe for that. Actually, I think considering that he wants us to find
Can I speak with you a moment?
3 farmhands that were killed in defense of this place, that maybe it is the best thing that's happened to him all day. It means things were really going bad here for him. I think it's the last 4 meat I need. So I kept on thinking of those, boy, things must not have been going well, but I think, wait a minute, the other quest says things haven't been going well, yes. So I'm trying to think how much. One possibility is 50 Lotro points per episode, perhaps. That sounds a bit much, maybe. That'll go with the stipend, because, yeah, that is a bit much. And the other way is thing is handling it based on deeds. Trouble is keeping track with how many points are earned by a character based on their deeds. I know I can go and count them all up. Every time you get a deed, say how many points did I get, how many points did I get, and keep a tally like that. That's not going to work very well. And I don't think there's any way to keep track of how many points you've earned on a specific character, unfortunately. Now, I do have this thing up here where I could just say, alright, for every time this moves up by 1, so it goes to 50, goes up to 51, for example, say, alright, I earned 225 more? Alright, I'd say that represents 40 quests, which is maybe about 200, 250 Elotra points on average on there.
This cannot be. I must write to Brackenbrook at once.
Alright, now I got a letter for Brackenbrook on this, but I do have to mourn the dead before I do that. Because this is a completionist series, so I do have to do all of the quests. Besides, it's XP. I'm only level 3 right now. Normally I'll probably be level 4 on the main servers, but XP is slowed down here. And Piglet. Take a wrong turn somewhere. Okay, how many times have I done this quest? Wait, why is there a quest ring here? Oh, because this is the first of the people I need to mourn. Oh, silly. Alright. There you go. It made a few changes around here, and I guess now it's easier to get turned around. For some reason, I thought I was on the other side than I was on. There's another piglet. Bill Hayspear. Hayspear. Hey, Spear! Yeah. Now, let's get the... Oh, actually, then I threw a spear. Okay, javelin. Pretty much the same thing, especially in some of the javelin spear setups where they look exactly the same to each other. Especially in the hands of a hobbit. Like, difference between a spear and a javelin. Well, a javelin's pretty much a light spear, a little bit more optimized, maybe for throwing. There you go. There, that takes care of that. All we have to do is find Walt Wesley, and we'll be fine. But my plan then is to use the literature points that I earn on this character. That's definite. Maybe some based on time. I'll have to see on that. I can't go completely, though, by the... by that questing there. First of all, it's assuming an average number, which isn't necessarily going to be true. But that I can live. The other ones, once you reach a certain number of quests on your quest tracker, you have a cap there. Can't remember what that cap is at the current time, but right now I got 50 on there. If it only goes up to 60, that means I can only go 400 deeds is all that I can get up there. So yeah, that'll put some limits on there. Now, see, there is a stalker up there. There's there. And there is, oh yes, old Bloodtusk. And see, I'm level 4 now. Maybe we should be able to handle old Bloodtusk now. Let's see. Now, old Bloodtusk is one of those mobs that had been removed in the area. So apparently now mobs can be flagged for being allowed on the legendary servers, because he's one of the old legends. The play at the Winter Festival is an ode to old Bloodtusk, to give a little bit of a nod because he was in the game and then was removed. They gave a little bit of nod by naming the play at the theater after him. So it's nice to see him back, and that we could go and face him, our first signature character that you can run into in the game. And it's time to go up here and turn in the quest.
How can I be of service?
And of course, a better spear always helps. Okay, this is slightly better spear. An extra 0.2 DPS. How do you get 8 to 13, 10.2? I'm not too sure where that extra 0.2 is coming from though, because they both say 8 to 13 common damage. And I don't think one would be faster than the other, right? So, it's alright, fine. Let's head back to Archit and turn in all this stuff. I suspect those Blackwolf spies aren't going to like this server very much, because it looks like we're killing a lot more of those spies on this server than on the others, because extra experience.
This will do nicely. It gives me something to munch on for a bit, at least.
And on the other servers, we have so much XP, people just ignore the spies, ignore the spies.
Lovely. This is sure to cheer Omdir right up.
I'm sure he'll be cheered up right away.
This tea will help Omdir feel better. I just know it.
All right, I'll give him the tea. He'll feel better.
I thank you, but I have not the stomach to drink this now.
He'll pour the tea onto the grass because it's too wholesome for him, apparently. Well, he is being.
Did my tea perk him up? I knew it would.
Yeah, I won't. Nah, won't bother telling you the truth. And what about... Oh, by the way, I've got this food here. I'm going to out-level it before I use it all anyway, so I might as well use up the food.
What have I done?
I have no idea what you've done, but I will take the trousers.
You cannot fathom just how wrong I have been.
Alright, I'll see if Strider can help on that. Yeah, what do I do to help Mr. Brackenbrook?
Do not despair. You have done well.
Find Brackenbrook Jr. That's what I have to do. So let's find John Brackenbrook at the Hunter's Lodge. Oh, and we have a couple interesting things there. Ah, John Brackenbrook. Hello there.
I presume you're here to bring me ill news from town.
Yeah, apparently this guy Calder Cobb is betraying the town.
Calder Cobb has shown his true colors at last.
Well, apparently John Brackenbrook did not like Calder Cobb. Well then, if that's true, that means he hasn't been completely loyal if John Brackenbrook has noticed something going wrong. But we need to defeat brigands and gather information, which is of course what we've always been doing. But we also have this quest has been restored for the legendary server, so they restored some of the old quests. In this case, this is defeat brigands at Blackwolf's Roost, and we need 6 there, so that'll be a little bit extra there. That means we can get a cosmetic hat on top of the guard's helm, which could be the regular hat. So we can do that. Now, they removed the quest that he gives, the one where you have the dream with Galadriel and all that stuff, because I guess they decided it was not appropriate for this server, and it certainly wasn't a part of the original game. And of course it takes you to places like Lothlorien, which are not part of the original game either. Hello, Fenton Marshley. Now could you imagine the sense of humor of your parents? Your last name is Marshley, and they decide to call you Fenton. Right.
Might I take a moment of your time?
Another restored quest. Greetings, Pineleaf. I've lived in Archet all my life and have hunted game throughout the forest since I was strong enough to wield a bow, but never before have I seen the marsh flies grown to such a menace as they have now. There is clearly something wrong here, and it isn't simply the wild growth. If you could kill some of the pests, I would reward you with your efforts. And, Pineleaf, if you could find some further information for me, I would be indebted to you. This last paragraph there, I think, is in reference to the other returned signature mob, the Marsh Queen. Now, we're not going to kill the Marsh Queen because the Marsh Queen will kill me instead. Oops. As you can see there, he's running away from it. Well, if he's willing to fight, I'm willing to help him, but I'm not going to try to solo this thing. Yeah, but you can see here that he is. But I'm certainly not going to solo it, because I know I can't solo it. Alright, well the Marsh Queen is... See, I could handle a level 6 normal, well, especially with aid. But the Marsh Queen is level 7 signature, and is tough! Tough, 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 tough. So I am going to... Oh, fortunately, she is yellow, so she doesn't automatically grab at you, which is good. That's good to know, because I don't feel like getting ripped apart by facing her. I might be able to handle her at level 5, but not. Definitely not at level 4. Oh boy, reeds. My natural enemy. Well, that and ridges. And I get a big rock in front of me right after I say that. Ah, brigands! We do need to get a start on those. And I suspect a lot of the brigands inside the camp are going to be nasty. That's just a regular one. Yeah. Get the regular flies. I think I could hand the level 7 normals. And they put it as light wound on you, and this wound, it can be really that dot can be nasty on a character, one that's not used to them, because I don't have any way to get rid of the dots and stuff like that. That's what you get for being in the intro, and that makes things be potentially deadly here. But I guess a normal is not bad, but facing that signature plus the dots, yeah, can hurt. Maybe when I'm level 6 I can do it. Maybe just before doing the X thing, because I do have to do it. It is a... Because it does drop something to create a solo quest, so I will have to go fight her eventually. Completed the Wary. Well, at least now I got to level 5. And see, I don't know if I can get to level 6 before going in there. See, that took care of that, but I need to kill 2 more for the other quest. Actually, do I have to take care of her? Yeah, I'll first take care of her. See, this reminds me of the old, because I know I would always go and grab her before grabbing the satchel. I think I haven't been doing that lately on the old servers. I think I've just been grabbing it. So some of the things that you used to do seem to be some old Uh-oh. Fortunately, I'm level 5 now. So I should be able to handle this. Alright, that takes care of both them, so I can get both hats now. One of them for questing, and one of them for cosmetics. And I'm not going to have a bunch of cosmetics sitting in my vault when I get out of the intro, because new server. And on most of my other characters, of course, as soon as I get out of the intro, I've got a bunch of cosmetics I could spend and get all sorts of fun stuff for. Now, what do I need here? I don't need that black wool. Let's head back, maybe take care of a fly or three. That is a marsh fly drone. And I don't know if I'll be able to handle the queen now. I think I'd have a better chance of doing so, obviously, than before, but those bleeds are a pain. Now, let's see, where are we? See, there's the queen right there. The 560 morale. She's got lots of morale. Wee God. We want to go up this way. But let's take care of the regular flies at the moment. There you go. A lot of these flies get ignored on the regulars because there are no quests for the marsh flies. Or at least on the main servers there aren't any quests for the marsh flies, so they do have a habit of getting ignored. But now that there's a quest here for it, it's hard to find marsh flies. It's amazing what one little quest can do to the population of the wildlife. It can be rather destructive to it. And I think the marsh queen is rather let's see, where is... Well, actually, let me turn this in. I could finish up with the marsh flies as I do these spiders. You can stop kicking stuff now. Now, let's see. What do we have? First off, let's take care of the side quest. Say the guard's helm, since I don't have a helmet yet. So I'll obviously take the better one for that.
Good work, my friend.
And the plumed hat for cosmetics.
I believe there is hope for us yet. We only need a strategy.
Alright, so we're going to check out the spider's nest and see if there's a way to get to arch it from there. And I think the best way to get to the spider's nest is, actually there's several ways to get to the spiders. What is there that blocks the way, I wonder? Oh, did they change this so it's no longer possible to cut out this way? Well, that's interesting, because I used to always cut that way around. Maybe they have changed the layout a little bit. Wait on. Oh, yes. I have done this on a few occasions, and that is, of course, to forget to talk to Otley Spiderbane.
Greetings, traveler.
Yes, make for the path and all. Yeah, fine. This path is fraught with danger, but in that danger lies hope. Okay, if you say so. Spiders and flies. Well, I don't think I got that one. Well, I'll take this one at least. That's the problem is, throw a spear into a dead fly doesn't do you much good. There you go. Now, inside, let's kill spiders, let's find the body, let's get back, let's kill flies, everything we need to do. Oh, they did block up that path, because I used to come in through that path. That path no longer exists. How about that? Few changes here. Shows you how long it's been, because I'm pretty sure that was an update 23 change and not something just for the legendary server. Unless it's Unless that didn't originally exist and they decided to restore webs there or something. I don't know. Interesting thought. Well, we've taken care of these guys. Alright, that's 2. 3. Susceptibility to poison. All that fun stuff. And then finally, the last one. And then we don't have to worry about spiders anymore. But I am getting up halfway up level 5. If I'm getting pretty close to level 6, actually, I think between this and the Flies quest, I probably should be able to get to level 6. Or so close to it that 1 or 2 kills will take care of it. Then I could take care of the Marsh Queen. Marsh Queen, I give myself maybe 50-50 chance of surviving it. But I figure that if I'm level 6, I should have absolutely no trouble with her. Level 4, I would expect to get killed. Can I go through there or not? Oh, I can get through there. Okay, fine. It doesn't web me while I try to do it or anything like that. Done with the flies?
What do you need?
Ah, good, you've returned. And your tale's a success, no doubt. Here's your reward. I get some dice. I'm going to use olive. I would prefer turquoise or something like that, but olive is closer to the color scheme than that at the moment. Now let's turn this in and see how close we are to leveling. Hello there.
A dead end will surely work in our favor.
More olive dies. And what else have we got? It's there. There we go. And we don't want that yet. I guess I am going to have to face the Marsh Queen at level 5. Or kill a few more things. Well, there's the Marsh Queen. But I don't need to kill her now because this champion here was fighting it and I managed to get a tap in. So, the markings of the Marshfly Queen are unlike any you've seen before. Surely someone in the Hunter's Lodge will care to see it. Alright, I'll accept that quest. The Lady of the Flies. Nice name for a quest. This is going to be a little bit backwards, turning in the Marsh Queen quest before fighting the Marsh Queen seriously. But let's see where I am after this. And if I am at level 6, I think I'll just go and try to fight her anyway. A bit backwards. But I think that a little fight with the Marsh Queen is deserved after saying that I was going to do it at level 6. And here we go. Oh, I've got Hampering Javelin now. Oh, I'm able to much better easily survive this. Yeah. Now it'd be nice if I can get some more gambits here because I'm now falling. You see how my morale is dropping. Let's see, a couple of arrows flew by also with a little help from a hunter there. But I think I wasn't doing too badly there. But I think if I were level 4 when I did that, whack. Now, I'm going to go and finish up the instance in here. That's pretty much the same as it's always been. So I will meet you back in Little Delving for the next episode where we are going to be in the main world in the next episode of The Complete Pineleaf.